Hey everyone, Killian here from Worksighted with another episode of Tech Riffs. Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to kind of approach a topic that is a super big buzzword in the industry and it has been for a very long time, the cloud. So today I want to talk about some of the myths that I hear time and time again for the cloud and cloud computing and what it can do for businesses. Myth number one, life is always better in the cloud. While it's true that the cloud can be super useful in a lot of business applications, it's not always 100% the way to go. It often requires some sort of hybrid solution between internal servers and external servers on the cloud that help get the job done. Sometimes an application might be super old, wasn't really designed when the cloud was around, and it's still integral to running businesses. Because of that, sometimes it's better to have that stuff hosted internally rather than just throw it up in the cloud. It might not make the move worth it. Which brings me to myth number two. The cloud isn't as secure. That's false. For most businesses that have an internet connection, they're prone to all the same threats and same attacks that data going to the cloud would be. The fact of the matter is that when you put your data in the cloud, you now get to share the responsibility of security between you and your cloud provider. Good cloud providers are going to make sure that they're keeping things up to date, they have all the latest security measures, and they're actively monitoring against threats. Which means that depending on your system, it could actually be safer to have your stuff in the cloud because they're spending the time and resources to make sure they have the latest security equipment in place. Which brings me to the next myth, myth number three. The cloud will save you a ton of money. The fact of the matter is that's not always true. You really have to look at your situation. For example, if you need your servers running 365, 24/7, always have access, and you need a lot of bandwidth and to save a lot of stuff, sometimes it's just cheaper to have your own dedicated server. One advantage of putting your stuff into the cloud, however, is you can avoid unplanned capital investment. Basically, that means if your server goes down or you have to buy a new one unexpectedly, that's a huge upfront cost that you just have to front. If you put your stuff in the cloud, that means that they're going to handle all that stuff for you and you know exactly what you're going to have to pay for every single month. Next myth, myth number four, the cloud is not reliable. While it's true that you might see some news reports about different cloud services going down and bringing companies down with them, the fact of the matter is internal IT outages can happen just as frequently, typically more frequently, because they're relying on less hardware to get the job done. A lot of cloud service providers have redundant hardware and they have redundancies built in place because they've invested the capital to keep uptime going as much as possible. Which brings me to our final myth, myth number five. Migrating to the cloud is more hassle than it's worth. While it's true that migrating to the cloud can have some bumps in the road, if it's the right solution for your business, it's really the right solution that we need to aim for long term. Hiring a third-party tech provider or a partner to come alongside you and help with that transition can really help make it smooth and can really help you to make sure that things go well and that your business is heading in the right direction. And that's a wrap, which means it's time for my shameless plug. If you go to www.worksighted.com/cloud, you can find more about our cloud readiness assessment to see if the cloud is right for your business. Thanks. Have a great day.